both too tired tonight, so I kissed your forehead softly, turned off the bedroom light. I thought one night's sleep would fix us like it always had before. I never knew tomorrow wouldn't live here anymore. Your suitcase wasn't by the hallway, there was no dramatic scene. You just stopped believing in the life we'd always dreamed. I thought we'd sleep on it, wake up and be okay. I never thought forever could disappear that way. No screaming through the silence, no picture hitting the floor. Just one quiet morning, and you weren't mine anymore. Your coffee mug was still beside mine, your jacket hung where it belonged. Every little thing looked normal, except you felt completely gone. I read our old conversations, searching for the place we broke. Maybe love doesn't shatter, maybe it just runs out of hope. You kept asking how I felt, I kept saying I'm alright. Funny how the smallest answers can slowly end a life. I thought we'd sleep on it, wake up and be okay. I never thought forever could disappear that way. No screaming through the silence, no picture hitting the floor. Just one quiet morning, and you weren't mine anymore. If I knew that was our last good night, I'd never close my eyes. I'd stay awake until sunrise, holding on to every goodbye. Some promises don't break loudly, they fade before they're gone. I thought we'd sleep on it, instead I woke up alone. Your side of the bed was empty, but somehow still felt like home. Now every peaceful morning reminds me what love was for. I didn't lose you all at once, I lost you the night before. You stopped asking if I'd stay up to watch another movie night. You just grab a blanket quietly and disappear before midnight. I thought you needed room to breathe, so I gave you all I had, never knowing all that distance was exactly making us collapse. Every step I took away, you heard as one more goodbye. I thought I was given freedom, you thought I stopped trying. I thought you needed space, you thought I didn't care. Somewhere between our different truths, love vanished into thin air. Neither one of us was lying, neither one of us was right. while standing side by side. Your favorite coffee stayed untouched until it slowly turned cold. You waited at the kitchen table with stories never told. I kept believing tomorrow would give us time again, but tomorrow kept arriving without us fixing anything. You were waiting for a promise, I was waiting for the storm to pass. Neither one of us could see we were living in our lives. I thought you needed space, you thought I didn't care. Somewhere between our different truths, love vanished into thin air. Neither one of us was lying, neither one of us was right. We were speaking different languages while standing side by side. Side by side. If I had asked one more question instead of making one more guess, maybe your silence would have sounded less like distance, more like a cry for help. Sometimes misunderstanding looks exactly like giving up. I thought you needed space, you only needed me. Now every empty room reminds me how close we used to be. It wasn't fate that broke us, or someone new who came between, just two hearts making different meanings from the very same dream. And that's how love disappeared, without either of us meaning for it to leave. You asked if I'd be home for dinner. I answered probably around 9. You said that's okay with half a smile, like you were trying not to mind. I kissed your cheek before I left. You waved me out the door. Looking back, it felt so normal, just like 100 nights before. Nothing shattered, nothing screamed. Love just quietly slipped between our routines. Nothing happened until it did. No warning signs, no final kiss. Just little pieces falling out of place until we couldn't recognize this. We kept saying we'll figure it out while slowly letting go. Funny how forever ends without anybody knowing. You stopped saving me a seat when you ate before I came. I stopped asking how your day had been, thinking tomorrow looked the same. We weren't trying to hurt each other, we were just surviving life. But somewhere in the ordinary, we forgot to be husband and wife. You thought I stopped choosing you, I thought you understood. Neither one of us realized love needs more than good intentions. Nothing right time would always wait. But tomorrow never rescued the love we left too late. If someone asked me where we lost us, I couldn't point to one single day. I'd only tell them it happened one ordinary moment at a time. The tragedy wasn't one decision, it was believing there'd always be another chance. Nothing happened until it did. That's the hardest truth to live with. No villain standing in the mirror, no stranger stealing your heart away. Just two people loving each other a little less carefully every day. And by the time we noticed, there was nothing left to say. You started knocking softly before coming through the door, like this wasn't the same apartment we'd been living in before. You asked if I wanted coffee, called me by my name. Somehow even your kindness didn't feel the same. We stopped borrowing each other's hoodies without asking why. Started saying excuse me every time we passed by. Love didn't disappear in one dramatic scene, it slowly turned into something painfully routine. I kept waiting for a fight, something loud enough to fix, but heartbreak came so quietly. We almost seemed okay. The day love became polite was the day we lost the fire. We stopped reaching without thinking, stopped calling when we were tired. You smiled because it was easier, I smiled so you wouldn't see. We didn't stop loving each other, we just forgot how to be. You laughed at something on your phone, then caught yourself and looked away, like happiness had become something you weren't sure you could share. I found the birthday card you wrote, hidden inside my favorite book. It ended with, promise we'll never become strangers. Funny how long that promise took. We were waiting for tomorrow to become who we once were, but tomorrow kept on coming without changing anything. The day love became polite was the day forever cracked. Every have a good day sounded like we weren't coming back. You stood right there beside me, but I couldn't feel your heart. Sometimes the quietest distance is only inches apart. Maybe no one really leaves, at least not all at once. Maybe first they stop telling stories, then stop making plans. Then one ordinary morning you realize you're holding hands with someone who's already gone. The day love became polite was the day goodbye began. Not with packed up boxes us, not with someone else's hands. Just two people growing quieter until silence filled the room. The saddest part about losing you was watching us disappear long before you did. You were standing by the window as the daylight disappeared, tracing circles on the glass while I pretended not to hear. You asked, do you still see us the way you used to do? I smiled and kissed your forehead, but never answered you. We finished eating dinner with the television on, trying to fill the silence that had quietly grown strong. It wasn't one bad evening or one careless mistake. It was every little moment we were both too tired to save. The last thing we never said was the one thing we both needed. We kept waiting for tomorrow while our hearts were slowly leaving. No slammed doors, no shattered glass, just quiet tears we couldn't hide. Sometimes love doesn't fall apart, it simply runs out of time. The week before you left, you bought tickets for the fall, saying maybe we'd drive north to see the leaves after all. They're still inside the kitchen drawer, untouched beside the keys. A future we kept planning that never got to breathe. Now I keep wondering if you packed your hope away long before you packed your clothes that rainy Saturday. You kept looking for a reason, I kept looking for a sign. Neither one of us admitted we were running out of time. The last thing we never said was the one thing we both needed. We kept waiting for tomorrow while our hearts were slowly leaving. No slammed doors, no shattered glass, just quiet tears we couldn't hide. Sometimes love doesn't fall apart, it simply runs out of time. If silence had a photograph, it would look just like that night. Two people sitting inches apart, still somehow out of sight. I thought love could survive without the words we couldn't say. Now those missing conversations are all that's left to play. The last thing we never said still echoes through these empty rooms. Every promise left unfinished still blooms beside the truth. No heroes, no villains, just two hearts too afraid to try. We didn't lose each other in one goodbye. We lost each other every time we chose silence instead. my day had been. I gave the same old, it was fine. You looked like you had more to say, but I was somewhere else in my mind. The TV filled the living room, neither one of us was watching it. Funny how the loudest silence can happen in the smallest place. You weren't waiting for perfection, you were waiting for my time. I kept giving you tomorrow until tomorrow passed us by. When was the last time we sounded like us? Before every word became too much, before every kiss felt automatic, before goodnight lost its touch. We didn't fall apart in one heartbeat, we slowly faded out of tune. Somewhere between, I'm still here and I'm leaving soon. I found 2 movie tickets hidden inside your winter coat. A date we never made together, still carrying your handwritten note. Maybe next Friday, you circled it with a little smile. I never even answered, thinking we'd have all the while. You stopped asking twice, I stopped paying attention. Love doesn't always disappear, sometimes it simply goes unheard. When was the last time we sounded like us? Before every room felt cold enough, before we learned to hide our hurt behind the smallest talk. We didn't run into goodbye, we quietly drifted there, still wearing the same rings while forgetting why they were there. If I could hear one conversation again, I'd choose the ordinary one, the one I barely listened to, because I thought we'd have thousands more. Nobody tells you the last normal day is actually the last one. When was the last time we sounded like us? I keep replaying every word, looking for the moment where everything quietly turned. It wasn't one mistake, it was all the little ones. Now your voice only lives inside the echoes of this home, where we stopped sounding like us. Your side of the closet slowly emptied piece by piece. I blamed it on the laundry, never questioning the scene. You stopped asking if I'd join you on your Sunday morning walks. We replaced the little moments with unfinished hollow talks. You'd smile just enough to keep the silence from getting loud, while I kept wearing confidence like armor in a crowd. I thought love could survive on memories we'd already made, never noticing we stopped making new ones anyway. You weren't asking me for forever, just to notice noticed something changed, but I kept loving yesterday. While you were slipping away, we stopped reaching for each other long before the goodbye came. Still wearing matching rings, but nothing felt the same. No dramatic ending, no one walked out in the rain. Just two hearts growing farther every single day. Love didn't leave us all at once. It slowly lost its way, and by the time I reached for you, you had nothing left to say. I found your favorite movie waiting where we left it paused. A story neither one of us ever bothered to resolve. Your blanket still hangs over the corner of the couch, like it's waiting for a version of us that won't come around. Now every room remembers conversations we ignored. Every quiet little moment feels heavier than before. Funny how the loudest heartbreak never makes a sound. It lives inside the spaces where love can't be found. I thought patience meant waiting. You needed someone to try, while I kept saying we'll be okay. You were learning how to say goodbye. We stopped reaching for each other long before the goodbye came. Still wearing matching rings, but nothing felt the same. No dramatic ending, no one walked out in the rain. Just two hearts growing farther every single day. Love didn't leave us all at once. It slowly lost its way, and by the time I reached for you, you had nothing left to say. Maybe love doesn't disappear. Maybe it whispers first. Maybe every "I'm okay" can quietly become the worst. If I had reached across the silence instead of waiting for the perfect time, maybe your hand would still be holding mine. We stopped reaching for each other long before the goodbye came. Now I'm the only one still calling out your name. No villain in our story, no one left to blame. Just two people who forgot that love must stay away. Now I know forever isn't something you can save. It's something you choose every single day. You started spending Sundays reading by the bedroom window. I kept saying, give me a minute, never noticing you let go. You'd smile when I walked past, but it never reached your eyes. I mistook your peaceful silence for everything being alright. You weren't asking me for miracles, you just wanted to be seen. But I kept looking everywhere except the place you'd been. I kept chasing the version of you that had already disappeared, holding on to yesterday's heartbeat while you were drowning here. You didn't leave without warning. the sound. By the time I reached for your heart, it was nowhere to be found. Your suitcase stayed in the closet for almost another month, like you were hoping I'd notice before giving everything up. You still laughed at all my stories, still kissed me before work. Now I know those little moments were your last attempts to make it work. Love wasn't gone overnight, it faded little by little. We kept surviving together instead of truly living. I kept chasing the version of you that had already disappeared, holding on to yesterday's heartbeat while you were drowning here. You didn't leave without warning, I just never heard the sound. By the time I reached for your heart, it was nowhere to be found. If I could relive one conversation, I'd stop trying to defend myself. I let the silence break before it broke us instead. Maybe love doesn't end when someone walks away, maybe it ends the first time they stop believing you'll ever understand. I kept chasing the version of you that I should have fought for then. Now every memory reminds me of all the chances I missed. You didn't stop loving me first, you just stopped waiting for me to change. And that's the hardest part to carry, knowing we could have been forever if I'd listened one day sooner. You were folding laundry in the living room that night. I was answering emails underneath the kitchen light. You asked if we could talk before the evening disappeared. I said, give me 5 more minutes, like I had for almost a year. By the time I closed my laptop, you were already asleep, with a blanket pulled around you and tears you couldn't keep. You weren't asking me for roses or a perfect love story. You just wanted someone present instead of somebody busy. We forgot how to come home to the hearts we used to know. We kept living side by side, but forgot how love should grow. Somewhere between the little moments, we lost what mattered most. Now I'm standing in this house, feeling like a guest instead of home. A shopping list still taped onto the refrigerator door. It ended with, don't forget we're worth fighting for. I must have read those words 100 different times, wondering how I missed the warning hiding between the lines. signs, the pictures on the hallway wall still smile back at me, like they belong to two people we forgot how to be. You kept opening the window, I kept closing every blind. You were trying to save our sunlight, I was losing track of time. We forgot how to come home to the hearts we used to know. We kept saying we'll be fine while letting each other go. Love wasn't gone in one goodbye, it faded day by day until the road back to each other simply washed away. If I could relive one ordinary evening, I'd leave every unfinished task behind. I'd sit beside you on that old blue couch, hold your hand, and listen without trying to fix your mind. Maybe love doesn't need perfect answers, maybe it just needs someone who stays. We forgot how to come home until there was no way back. Now every room remembers us even after all we've packed. I finally know what broke us. It wasn't one mistake alone, it was forgetting every single day to make each other feel like home. You left another note beside the coffee pot. It said, don't wait up, I guess I forgot. I came home late, you were already asleep, living in the same house, but our worlds were out of reach. You asked for little moments, I promised bigger plans, never realizing love was slipping through my hands. We kept saying next weekend, like tomorrow couldn't run away. Funny how forever disappeared. One ordinary day, we kept missing each other, standing in the very same room. You were calling for my heart, I was chasing something new. By the time I finally looked up, you were already letting go. I thought I was building our future while losing the life we already knew. Your favorite chair still faces toward the evening light, where we'd spend hours talking almost every night. Now the silence fills the spaces where your laughter used to stay, and every sunset asked me why I let it fade away. I found your birthday letter folded in a drawer, full of dreams we never opened anymore. You didn't want perfection, you just wanted me around, but I kept hearing every word except the ones that mattered now. We kept missing each other, standing in the very same room. You were calling for my heart, I was chasing something new. By the time I finally looked up, you were already letting go. I thought I was building our future happen a little every day. We kept missing each other until there was nothing left to lose. No one cheated, no one lied. We just stopped choosing to. Now every room still knows your name, even if you never walk back through. The hardest goodbye wasn't watching you leave, it was watching us slowly become strangers before we ever said we were through. I came home with your favorite takeout, thinking we'd finally have some time. You'd already left a note that read, I'm going to bed, maybe another night. The food stayed warm on the counter, your side untouched until the dawn. Funny how two people can be trying and still keep getting it wrong. Every time I reached for you, you had already stepped away. Every time you needed me, I never came on the right day. We kept missing each other by a minute, by a mile. One of us was breaking down while the other forced a smile. It wasn't love that disappeared, it was the timing we couldn't change. We were always almost together, but never on the same page. You bought tickets for Saturday, I promised I'd clear my plans. Then another late night phone call slipped right through my hands. I found those tickets in your purse months after you moved away, still folded like a little hope that never got its day. You thought I chose the world over everything we had. I thought one more sacrifice would build the life we planned. We kept missing each other by a minute, by a mile. Every hour make it up to you, arrived a little too late. Love was standing at the doorway, we just never opened it together. Some stories don't end with goodbye, they end with almost forever. I still wonder sometimes if we met each other a year later, or loved each other a little louder. Will we still be strangers, walking past the same cafe, pretending not to look back? We kept missing each other until there was nothing left to miss, just old photographs, unopened messages, and the memory of your kiss. Maybe nobody was wrong, maybe nobody was right. We simply lost each other between all the days. We thought we'd still have tomorrow. Said you'd never hear me anymore. I heard you're never good enough. So instead of asking what you meant, I started building up my walls. You walked into the bedroom slow, waiting for me to follow you. I stayed behind to finish proving a point that wasn't even true. You wanted understanding, I wanted to be right. Neither one of us noticed love slipping out of sight. We were arguing about different things, that's why nothing changed. You were asking for my heart, I was defending my name. Every conversation missed the truth, every answer missed the pain. By the time we found the real question, there was nothing left to save. You packed a single overnight bag. I thought you'd cool off and come home. You thought I'd stop you at the doorway. Instead I let you go alone. Hours later I picked up my phone, reading every text again, realizing, oh yeah, I'm okay were really cries I never read. You weren't asking me to fix you, you only needed me to stay. But I answered every feeling like it was a debate. We were arguing about different things, two hearts lost in different fights. You were trying to save forever, I was trying to win the night. We kept speaking over each other, never hearing what was real. Sometimes love doesn't break from shouting, it breaks from never being heard. Now I replay every sentence, not looking for who lost, just wondering how many times I'm fine really meant. Please don't leave me here alone. We were arguing about different things, now I finally understand. You never wanted perfect answers, you were reaching for my hand. If I had listened to your silence instead of chasing who's to blame, maybe we'd still be writing our story instead of remembering our names. Now all that's left between us is everything we never heard. You said, tell me what's been on your mind. I laughed and changed the subject again. You looked outside the window like you already knew how this would end. We spent the evening making dinner, passing plates from side to side. Everything looked just like always, except the distance in your eyes. You were trying to find me, I was hiding in plain sight. Every conversation ended with another silent night. We were talking, but never listening, holding on, but slowly slipping. Every I'm okay became another wall, until there was nothing left between us at all. You never stopped loving me, you just stopped believing I changed. Some hearts don't break in one good same way, day after day. Your favorite sweater still hanging on the hook beside the door. I keep walking past it like it doesn't hurt anymore. I found the movie tickets from the night we laughed until 2. Funny how the happiest memories can become the hardest truth. I thought time would fix us, you thought effort would. We were both waiting for the other one to move. We were talking but never listening, holding on but slowly slipping. Every I'm okay became another wall, until there was nothing left between us at all. You never stopped loving me, you just stopped believing I'd change. Some hearts don't break in one goodbye, they break the same way, day after day. If I could walk back to that ordinary Tuesday night, I'd put my phone away, hold your hand and finally ask, what are you afraid of? Maybe that one question would have changed our ending. We were talking but never listening, standing close but slowly disappearing. Now your side of the hallway echoes louder than before. I finally hear every word you tried to tell me back then, but I'm listening to an empty room, and silence always gets the final word. You used to leave the porch light on whenever I worked late. Lately I'd come home to darkness, guess you got tired of waiting. You'd ask me how my day had been, I'd answer, same as always. Never saw your quiet heartbreak hidden in those small delays. You weren't asking for forever, you were asking for tonight. But I kept putting love on hold, thinking we'd be alright. You waited longer than I knew, longer than anyone should. You kept believing I'd come back to the version of me that could. By the time I reached for your hand, you had already let it fall. I thought you were still beside me, you've been saying goodbye all along. Your favorite record stayed untouched beside the old turntable. You stopped asking me to dance around the living room. I blamed it on the busy weeks, the overtime, the stress. Never once imagined love could disappear like this. Every little maybe later built another wall. Funny how the smallest moments can become the biggest fall. You waited longer than I knew, longer than anyone should. You kept believing I'd come back to the version of me that could. By the time I reached for your hand, you had already let it fall. I thought you on. I wish I'd noticed the silence getting louder. I wish I'd chosen us before I chose another hour. Now every second chance only lives inside my mind. A lesson learned too late, one heartbeat behind. You waited longer than I knew, until hope had nothing left. You didn't leave because you stopped loving me. You left because love was all you had left. Now I leave the porch light on every single night, not because you're coming home, but because I finally understand what I should have done right. You stopped leaving little notes stuck onto the fridge. Stopped asking if I'd meet you halfway on the bridge. Dinner turned into silence, with the TV filling space, while we slowly forgot how to read each other's face. You'd ask me, are we okay, almost every other week. I'd smile and say, of course, too scared to dig too deep. You were asking for honesty, I was offering comfort instead. I thought protecting your feelings and leaving the truth unsaid. You were already halfway out the door, while I was still pretending nothing changed, holding on to yesterday, watching tomorrow slip away. Love doesn't always end with one last kiss. Sometimes it disappears like this. One quiet night, one silent room, till there's nothing left to lose. Your favorite sweater hanging by the stairs, still carrying the perfume floating through the air. I almost called your number just to hear it ring, then remembered I'm no longer your everything. Funny how a house can still look exactly the same, even when it no longer feels like home again. You needed me to notice, I needed one more chance. Timing doesn't wait around for hearts too scared to ask. You were already halfway out the door, while I was still pretending nothing changed, holding on to yesterday, watching tomorrow slip away. Love doesn't always end with one last kiss. Sometimes it disappears like this. One quiet night, one silent room, till there's nothing left to lose. I keep replaying ordinary moments, the ones I thought would never end. Maybe forever isn't broken, it just slowly bends. If I had listened sooner, would your hand still reach for mine? You were already halfway out the door, long before you packed a single thing. I mistook your silence for patience, never heard your heart surrendering. Now every hallway echoes with the words we never said. Every sunrise finds me talking to your side of the bed. time.